Traded it all if I cave in.
So welcome back. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest, who is Peter Deely, and he's the owner of A Well-Run Life. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Carol. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. You got to tell everybody a little bit about what A Well-Run Life is all about. I wish I had one.
So a well-run life is all about a new layer in healthcare. So I'm not a physician, and I'm not somebody who should be dealing with the sick, but I am interested in dealing with the people who do not want to be sick, the people who want to live a long and vital life. I thought it was interesting as we were listening to Mr. Larson, you talk about living long enough and running out of money, but I don't want you to outlive your strength and your vitality, because I think some people are at the end of their life and they're not able to do what they want. We want something called compression of morbidity, which means that you go terrifically, you do everything you want, and
till
then
the
drop
day you
dead.
die. Wow, wouldn't that be awesome? Doesn't everybody want that?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do then.
So at A Well-Run Life, we have several services, and our preference is to work with you long-term and to work with you twice a month for an hour at a time. And not everybody can do that, and it's an expensive proposition that I understand. And so an introduction into this idea is an online class we have called Taste Bud Bootcamp. Taste Bud Bootcamp. And it's a 10-day program in which you can sort of reboot your diet. So if you've known, look, I need to clean up my diet, and you've been wondering how to go about it, this program will take you day by day and help you clean up your diet. So that way, in terms of longevity, how you eat is the primary thing that will keep you alive. Being strong and vital to the end.
So it is the first thing that people really need to think about is what they eat.
Yes, I'm a compulsive exerciser. I love fitness, and that's a passion of mine. But if you're going to talk about health, if you're going to talk about not being sick and having the tools to do everything you want in life, what you're eating is the most important thing you can do.
Now, this online class, it's called Taste Bud Bootcamp, and it's a 10-day course. You want to talk about it a little bit, please?
Yeah, it's a 10-day course, and it's not about juicing or not eating.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead.
So we're not about restricting your calories in any particular way. What we are about is eating whole foods. My prescription is very simple. I mean, it's Michael Pollan's prescription, which is we're going to eat real food, mostly plants, and not too much. So in these 10 days, you're going to have a set of food choices. And from those food choices, you can eat as much as you want. And it's the getting people away from buying food through a window and eating processed foods and that whole food that actually detoxifies their body.
So that's awesome. And how much, when somebody's doing this and they're going to be changing their taste buds, obviously, in 10 days, what are they going to lose weight? What's going to happen?
So, side effects of this program are losing weight, their mind clears, their mood improves, their complexion by about the fourth day is often much clearer. So, although these habits need to be groomed for a lifetime, it's amazing how quickly the body will respond if you start to feed it properly there. So we don't bill this as as a weight loss program, but weight loss is often the result of it.
Right. So what do you call it? What kind of program do you call it? If it's not weight loss, it's a change of life?
Yeah,
what is it?
it's a developing healthy eating habits. And that's a great, that's a great difference between what I'm trying to do and what the marketplace that I'm in is trying to do, in that it's not about one thing. It's about a set of habits, and those habits can't be short-term, they're long-term. So this 10-day program might be a chance for you to get down that road, but it's not easy. We live in an environment where there's it's so difficult to eat properly.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is hard. But I'll tell you what, it's a cool thing that you're doing. It's an online course, and we're going to give 3 people one of these. They're entered in to win. So this is $197 value, free to you. It's called Taste Bud Bootcamp. It's a 10-day online course, and 3 people are going to get it. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100. All of your information is on your website.
Yes, awellrunlife.com.
Awellrunlife.com. You can also call them. Do you do consultations with people when you talk to them?
We do. We encourage everybody to spend an hour with us, with myself or one of my health coaches, before we decide which way to go. So the being ready to commit to a long-term program is something that we're looking for, and they can contact us for that free consultation.
That phone number is 602-717-7458. Write it down. And it is wellrunlife.com. You can check out all the information on his website. And we also have 3 people that are going to get entered into win. 3 of these are going to get, not just 3 people, everyone's going to get entered, but we've got 3 of them that we're giving away. It's an online course. It's a 10-day course that is Taste Bud Boot Camp. It's a Taste Bud, I'll get it out, Boot Camp. And our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, because it's online, it's toll free, 877-5369. Okay, so I want to go another one too. I want to talk a little bit about some of the different things. You know, what are you doing to address these issues with people? How do you do that with them?
Well, in 1980, 15% of us were obese. And by 2008, 34% of the population has become obese. The change in the human body, we didn't evolve different genetics in between now and then. Something definitely has changed. Nor do I think we're particularly different in our behavior. I think we like to think that we're much less active than we were, 30 years ago. But I don't believe that's true. I believe that we're in an environment that is very different than it was in 1980. And Marion Nestle, one of our famous public health figures, has described it very carefully in her book, Plate Politics. And what she talks about is that in 1980, there were 700 fewer calories in our system than there are currently. But what I mean by that is this: there were 3,200 calories every day for every person in this country in 1980. There's roughly 3,900 calories in our food system.
And that's because?
So
fast food,
exactly. So it was a business problem, and that we had to sell more foods because it used to be thought that, well, you can only sell so much food because people can only eat so much. But it turns out if you make a food into a designer drug, something along the lines of a Dorito, you can eat many, many, many Doritos, which is translating that food into something you consume, but it's not something that's good for your health.
Well, we have our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered into win. We've got 3 classes that we're giving away here. It's an online course. It's $197, 10-day course that you're getting for free. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We have Barbara. You're on the line. What's your question?
I was wondering if he also recommends supplements to take for additional energy, for additional well-being.
Do you?
So it's not that supplements are never appropriate. There are times when you should take supplements, but primarily what I'm asking people to do is to frankly cook. They have to prepare and plan their foods. So although there are supplements that may be very useful to people, when they work with me, the first thing that we focus on is how many meals did you cook? What type of food are you eating before we get to supplements? So it's certainly appropriate that someone might need them, and somebody's situation might really even require them. But it's not the place that we start.
And Barbara, I have to admit that I would agree with that, because you know what? You can't just rely on the supplements. You really need to. It's all about also what you're putting in your mouth too, because if you're eating poorly but you're taking supplements, that's not necessarily they're going to counteract one another probably. Thanks for the call. We have our lines open here, and everyone who's calling in is getting entered into win the online course. It's Taste Bud Boot Camp. It's a 10-day course. It's $197 free to you. We've got 3 of them that we're giving away to everybody. So keep on calling 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. It's online, so I don't care where you at. You can take it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's go ahead further before we go to a break about some of the other things that you could do. What patterns do you see at the level of the individuals that you work with? What's the number one bad pattern that they have before we go to a break?
The number one bad pattern is buying food that's served to you through a window while you're driving your car. That's the one bad pattern.
Right. Don't we all have that habit? Go ahead.
Right. And so that, as we just kind of touched on, not cooking. So buying food that's presented to you. And we can't go anywhere now without food being served to us. Why does it have to be in Staples? Right? There are no more bookstores. There's only cafes with a couple of books laying around.
Right. It's really sad out there, and we really should be, especially we have cooking shows, for God's sake. You should be cooking, and you should be cooking healthy, and that's what he can teach you. Again, the online course, it's $197. Keep on calling here at 602-277-5369. It's a wellrunlife.com. We'll be back in just a minute.
If I traded it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back. We're talking with Peter Deely, and he's the owner of a Well-Run Life. They do consultations with you. They are trying to get you to be healthier. To really, it's living at your highest level, really, till you die, till you drop dead, really, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's really what you said. To keep on going, but at your best.
Yes.
At your best.
Well, I mean, we talked a little bit about that earlier from a financial perspective, and that people are concerned about running out of money. But when I think of nightmares for myself, it's, making it to, 7 years of age and then living to 100. But from 70 to 100, I'm sitting in a chair watching TV, and and that's unnecessary. The body is built to be vital and strong for 100 years. It's not something, that we have these things, blue zones around the world, where there are 5 places where people routinely live past 100.
And there are, and more people. But you know what? You don't want to be that person. And once, one of the best ways is taking care of your health is eating well.
Yes.
And that is what you basically teach on this particular, especially this online course that you do. And we've got 3 people that are going to get winners of this. It's $197 free to you. It's a 10-day course. It's online. Everyone who's calling in is going to get entered into win. We've got 3 of these, and it's called Taste Bud Boot Camp. And if you want to check it out, it's at awellrunlife.com, or call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100, and we're going to get you entered in to win. 3 of them we're giving away. Hey, you know what? I want to ask you a question before you go on to anything else you want to talk about. How about this? How about children? Is there somebody that, do you work at a certain age? Do you start at a certain age, or does it matter?
Well, I think, sadly,
because they're eating and wanting the, what did you say? Go through a window and get your food served that way?
Yeah, I mean, the business interests are such that, like, you can turn a penny of corn into $1 of sugary cereal or soda. And, if a kid drinks 44 ounces of soda, those giant things, that's 800 calories just by itself. And it's not something that they have a consciousness of, because they're not worried about that. And they may be slender at the moment, but they're doing things at the metabolic level that are hurting them for the long term. When it comes to kids, we can absolutely work with kids. A long-term goal of ours is to work within the school system. We have this idea that ketchup is a vegetable in this state, and it's a shameful thing. And I'd be very curious, if I ever had the opportunity to work with a school or a school system, that if I could change the food that the kids are eating to watch the change in behavior and to watch the change in test scores as well. I think performance would change if we fueled these kids differently.
Wow, that's a pretty good point there. But again, there's a lot of people out there. We're not eating well. We're not feeling well. We don't know why we're not feeling well. And this would be a great way to start. It's certainly healthy. Let's talk about the classes a little bit. One of the things that you said that I got to talk about, because you mentioned that you're eating a lot of plants, and so less meat and fish and chicken, or is any of it at all acceptable?
Yeah, I think that if you're going to the store and you're shopping around that perimeter of the store and you're buying chicken and beef on the outside and you're cooking it, then we're in the right neighborhood. I think most people are not going and buying fish and chicken and then bringing it home and eating it. And we may refine that over time, that if you're doing lots of cooking, and we may need to balance out how much meat you're eating versus plants. And that's certainly true. And I was thinking about it, and I hate to, the financial stuff just continues to ring in my ears. It cost the country $245 billion, our diabetes problems. That's the national cost. And the average diabetic is spending over $10,000 a year handling their diabetes. So it's such a.
So I have to ask you, on these courses, when you're teaching cooking, is it with organically, or is it with our regular going to the market and buying and cooking it and preparing it healthy?
Yeah, without a doubt, that the better the food quality is, the healthier it is for you. So but again, I'm looking to move people along a continuum. So if I've got you cooking, then the next thing that we're going to talk about is, are you buying and cooking organic food? If I have you cooking organic food and we're along those lines, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about gardening and what's it like to there's nothing quite like the distance between your garden and the table in terms of the food being as good as it can be. So without question, organic food is the preferred vegetables and meats that we can have out there. But I want to get you into that cooking range first.
Right. Now, again, that website is awellrunlife.com. You can also call them. They do consultations with people at 602-717-7458. And we've got everyone's getting entered into win. It's his online course. It's a 10-day course. Taste Bud Boot Camp, and it's $197 value, free to you. We've got 3 people that are going to win them, so keep on calling here at 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. One of the things that you asked me that you said you would love me to ask you is 2 questions that come from a personal or like a what did you mean by family?
Familiar, just
familiar?
within your family context.
Within mine?
Yeah,
Well, I could say my ex-husband definitely likes to eat,
Yeah.
and I could see that. And I think that one of the things that I see more than anything is when you have somebody in your family that might definitely have a serious, let's say, overweight problem. Not necessarily, I don't want to call them, you're not obese, whatever you're listening, but in that area, I'm wondering, because it gets handed down to the children by them viewing it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
They see.
And I think that's...
How's that for my question?
Your question is excellent. So I think what's important is this, that health acts like an infectious disease in its own way. So if one person within the couple decides that, I really want to get healthy and I really want to change my eating habits, there's a 70% increased likelihood that the other person within the couple will follow the healthy eater into the better habits. Conversely, if somebody decides, I just do not care anymore what I'm going to eat, they will follow them down as well. So health can be an infectious disease, and the virtuous cycle, it can be something that 2 people do to really enhance each other's health, and they can hurt each other as well.
But also, don't you think that if you're all going to do it, doesn't it make it easier? It makes it more fun, too, if the whole family gets involved.
I had a wonderful experience in that about 8 months ago, a couple came to see me, and it was really the wife and the couple really wanted the services. And we set up an arrangement in which we can include both of them to sit with us. And when she sat down with me the first time, she says, I've never eaten a vegetable in my life. Now, to what extent that was true, but that's what
There's
she told.
some people out there that don't like green.
She had never had a vegetable in her entire life, according to her. And by month 3, she came in one day and we talked about, as we always do, how much did you cook in the last 2 weeks? And she said, I made cauliflower rice. And to me, this will be one of the great moments of my time at A Well-Run Life. That this woman went from not eating any vegetables to coming and telling me how she took one and prepared it, made it delicious, made it something that she liked, and then she benefited from it.
We have only a couple more minutes, so are these some of the things that they're going to learn on this boot camp seminar that you're doing? Not the seminar, the online course that you do?
Yeah, so the online course will tell them what foods they can eat, and it will give them some tools then to go out and to learn how I might prepare them so that way they're delicious.
It's a jump start is what it is.
That's exactly what it is. So it'll reboot their diet to move them towards better eating. And, perhaps after that, they'll choose to work with us one-on-one. But it's a great place to start. You can do it, within the context of whatever pace you want to go at. But it's meant to be one day, every day for 10 days.
And it's online, so it makes it real easy for you. Mm-hmm. We've got everyone entered in to win. It's $197 free to you. It's a 10-day course. And all you have to do, we're going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for it. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check him out. It's A Well-Run Life. .com, and you can also call him if you want at 602-717-7458. He'll do a consultation with you. It's a new layer in healthcare is what he's saying, and basically it is taking care of yourself, learning how to cook well and cook good foods for you and get that jump start from them. Again, Keep on calling here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get entered in to win. It's $197 free to you. It's a 10-day course. Check them out at awellrunlife.com.